Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm a wife, a mom, a Midwesterner, a Catholic, and an adventurer. And that's kind of why I started this blog. I always think about topics for blogs and stuff, and it's like, you know what? I should just do it. Which is why I picked the name of this blog, which is Today Let's Be Brave. To have a blog, I feel like you kind of have to be brave because you're kind of putting yourself out there, your thoughts out there, your opinions out there, which nowadays basically means you're going to get attacked. So I know there's a possibility people might judge me for the things I say, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. That is, if anybody else ever listens to this or watches this. So today I want to talk about something that I do every single day, almost for like probably close to 3 years straight now, pretty much, with a few breaks here and there. For those of you that know me, probably already know what I'm going to talk about: breastfeeding. And if you're afraid of boobs or you think that breastfeeding is gross or weird, probably just want to, end this now and turn it off because you're not going to like it. But breastfeeding is very normal. It's very natural. And I just think that we all just need to get over it and realize that breastfeeding is not a big deal. So, like I said, I have been breastfeeding a long time now. I have 3 kids. My oldest, Andrew, he is about 3.5. So I breastfed him for a year. My daughter, Savannah, is 17 months younger than Andrew. So I had about a 5-month break in between them, and I breastfed her for a year. And 2 years after Savannah, we had Jay, our youngest, and he's 4 months old. So I had a little bit longer break between them, but breastfed Savannah for a year as well, and I plan to breastfeed Jay for a year as long as he wants to. So, yeah, it's something that I've enjoyed doing. Mostly I like being able to take care of my children in that way. It's definitely not something that's easy, but it's something that I have enjoyed doing. So I was lucky that I have a sister who had a baby about 2 months before Andrew was born. So I had lots of advice from her, and she had gone through a couple things with like a tongue tie and things like that with him. So I had that person who was a couple months ahead of me who could help me and give me advice. And the Bismarck Manna community actually has a pretty good support system for breastfeeding moms. So, if you are a new mom and you're thinking about breastfeeding, you're pregnant and you want to breastfeed, you might have heard some horror stories, you might have heard some good stories, but I just want to say, let's just tell the truth about our breastfeeding experience. Mine's been pretty good. Andrew struggled a little bit in the beginning. He had a tongue tie and a lip tie, not a terrible one. He could still eat, but not super efficiently. We did have it revised by a dentist in Bismarck, Dr. Renz. She's super awesome. Pretty much, I swear, everybody goes there to get their kids' tongue and lip ties revised, but she was super awesome and took care of that, and from then on it was easier, but people always say, when I said it earlier, breastfeeding is natural, and it is, but it doesn't come naturally. Once you've done it, then it's a lot easier, but the first time around, you don't know what you're doing, and baby doesn't know what they're doing. They know a little bit, but for the most part, you're both kind of just winging it. So that's why it's super important, if you're going to breastfeed, to have a support system, whether it's other moms who have breastfed, or seeking out a lactation consultant, a certified lactation consultant. That's like super important and very helpful. And there's quite a few in town. Bismarck Mandan has a Facebook page that you can join if you're breastfeeding. It's a really good resource for questions and things like that. But education with anything, it's the most important thing, so that you're not alone, you know what's normal, you know what's not normal, and you know when to seek help. So yeah, I used all of those resources, and it was hard. I remember there'd be times with Andrew, I'd think, I gotta make it one more week, just one more week, and then maybe I'll just pump after that instead, which it sounds easier, but really it's a lot more dishes, which is, I don't like doing dishes. So kudos to those of you who are strictly pumping. That is amazing. it's tough. So good for you guys. But I thought that'll be easier. I'll just pump. And then kind of hit that 3-month mark and things got a lot easier. We both just kind of had figured things out. I had relaxed. There's so much worry that comes with being a new parent. So I'd let go of some of those worries and we just kind of fell into routine. From then on, it was easy. And Savannah picked it up pretty much right away. She was better at breastfeeding right from the start. When we went into that year. And then Jay, he's been pretty good too, but this is my 3rd time around, so I'm much better at it, more relaxed. So it just gets easier the longer you do it. But yeah, just seeking out those resources and friends and family, talking to your doctor, talking to your child's doctor, and ultimately there's just so much stress, I feel like, that comes along with breastfeeding nowadays. For a while, formula was a big thing. And there was this kind of education to get people to try to breastfeed more. So it's always breast is best, and pushing that breastfeeding. And somewhere in there, there's been a mixed message where if you don't breastfeed, you're not, doing what's best for your baby. And for some people, whether it's because you can't produce enough, or maybe it just causes too much anxiety where you can't do it. If it's too stressful for you, it's not working for you, it's not working for baby. A healthy mom is a healthy baby. So if it's not working for you, it's okay not to breastfeed. I would encourage anybody to at least try. And, every little drop and every day that you breastfeed, you're doing something good for your baby. But if you can't, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what formula's for. It's for those situations, where you can't breastfeed or it's just not the best thing for you or your baby. That's what formula's for, and you're still feeding your baby. You're doing the best thing for you and your baby, and that's most important. So if you can't breastfeed, don't feel ashamed about that. I don't think that's anyone's intent, and if it is, they're just not a cool person, so you don't want to be around them anyway. But yeah, if you are capable of doing it, give it a try. Don't give up right away. A lot of times with breastfeeding, one of the things that's stressful about it is you're not sure how much your baby's eating. And I think moms get worried. I don't know if, she's eating enough. So then we feel like we have to supplement. But the lactation consultants will tell you, the more you supplement, you're not building up that supply. So it's always important, if you're unsure if your baby's getting enough, if things are going well, just reach out to somebody, a professional, your doctor, a nurse, a lactation consultant, so if you do need to be supplementing or if things are going okay, we just kind of got to hang in there a little bit longer. But give it a try. It's really worth it in the end. Once you get past that beginning hard part, it's just an amazing thing for you and your baby. And again, if you can't do it, formula, it works. You're still doing something amazing for your baby. You're feeding them, you're caring for them. And in the end, they're all going to be eating fries off the car floor anyway. So yeah, that's really all I got for today. Like I said, this blog is called Today, Let's Be Brave. So today I'm being brave and talking about boobs like it's no big deal, because it isn't. I guess one thing I want to add, if I see moms out in public breastfeeding, or if you see them out in public, give them a smile, make them, don't be afraid to look at them. We can tell if people feel awkward or they're trying to look away. Just give them a smile so they know that you're supporting them. Just that little smile says, okay, today I'm not going to have someone come up to me and yell at me for breastfeeding because they think it's disgusting or gross or whatever, which it's not. Our culture just says that, boobs are a sexual object, and they're not. Ultimately, they were created to feed a baby. So we just kind of have to get over that. And the more women who breastfeed in public, the more comfortable our culture is going to get with it, because they'll see it all the time and it's just going to become no big deal. So don't be afraid if you're brave, to breastfeed in public. Whether you want to wear a cover or you don't want to wear a cover, you don't have to wear a cover in North Dakota. And you're free to breastfeed wherever you want, as long as you are legally allowed to be in that place, whether it's public or private. So, yeah, like I said, now that it's my 3rd baby, I'm getting really comfortable without the cover. My kids have never enjoyed the covers. It's too hot. Jay really, really hates the cover, so he's lucky he's the 3rd one, and I'm more comfortable being without the cover. But most people, they might not even realize you're breastfeeding anyway. You can get great breastfeeding shirts on Amazon, where it's kind of cut below and you just lift up, so then everything else is still covered. So those are really nice shirts. So, and if you're not comfortable with, breastfeeding in public in front of other people, I mean, that's okay too. There's so many places in North Dakota now where you can go. Like the zoo, they have a nursing den, they call it. That's a really nice building. I think the airports, they have pods now. The mall, I think they should have an area. Lots of places now, they just have a place where you can go. The Heritage Center up where the treehouse is, they have a nursing mom's room. So again, if you're not comfortable, that's okay too. Go where you need to go. I have a friend who loves going in the dressing rooms at Target. It's another good place to go. So, but just know that you have the right to breastfeed, wherever you want. You don't have to hide. There's women out there with lower cut shirts where you're seeing more of their boobs than you would breastfeeding. So, just don't feel bad about it, and don't let anybody make you feel bad about it. What you're doing is amazing and hard. And, I mean, you should be catered to and given anything you want, because you're doing an amazing thing, and you've brought the next generation into the world, and you're teaching them and helping them grow. So you're amazing, and don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. All right, so that's all I really have to say for today. Yeah, today, let's be brave, guys.